Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Gemini. Wherever Gemini shows up in your chart, we're just going to do like a 2025 vibe check. I'm not going to go like month by month because personally, I don't remember. I don't remember those readings. I don't even really, so that's interesting. The Knight of Swords came out twice. I'm not really like taking cards yet, but it'll be interesting if it comes out when I am. So anyway, I just kind of, like I said, I just kind of want to do like an overall, an overall vibe check, an overall, like what's the potential focus going to be? And what else? Oh, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love it if you did. And all right, so let's get a little intentional with, I'm not going to take those because that was operator error. All right, for Gemini 2025, what's the vibe for Gemini 2025? The Hierophant feels like leveling up. What about this Hierophant for Gemini? This almost kind of feels like like different areas of your life. Actually, like you, what is it, that like brainstorm thing where you have like the center circle and then you have all of these branches and arms that like come off of it, like all these different ideas. Like that's how this feels to me, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm going to leave these cards sideways. I don't necessarily think that like that signifies anything like specific, but I do just think that it is interesting that they came out sideways in relation to the Hierophant. So, and like as I was shuffling, I just kind of kept getting this feeling about Sagittarius with the Hierophant, even though it is a Taurus card. But the reason why I was getting like Sagittarius vibes was just because, Sagittarius is described as the guru, right? Like, kind of like a lifelong student or like a student of life. That's kind of like how this is feeling. There's all of these, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there's all of these different symbols around this person's head, right? Like we have the Om symbol, we have, that always just reminds me of like the Jesus fish. There's that triple spiral. Is it a Triskalis? Is that what it's called? Triskelion? I can never remember how to effing pronounce that. And I feel like I'm trying to like pronounce it how it looks, but I'm probably wrong. So anyway, I hope you know like what I'm talking about with the three spirals. I want to say it is a Triskalis. The cycle of birth, life, death. Right? And then even these stairs here going up to this mandala, it has this vibe of enlightenment, but it very well can be that. But it's like having a different perspective on many different aspects of your life. Right? I mean, like there could have just been something where it's like something just all of a sudden made sense for you. Like it clicked, right? I mean, it could be because traditionally the Hierophant is traditional institutions. So it could be school, it could be work, it could be government, it can be marriage, divorce too, because that's a tradition. But it's more so in the sense of, like information being passed down. Because, I mean, when you go to school, that's, you're there to learn, right? There's a professor or somebody there who has the information. They already understand it. Maybe they've exercised it in their own life. They have, a deeper connection to it. And they're there teaching you. They're, passing on that knowledge to you. And like I said, like that's kind of why I was getting like Sagittarius vibes, was just like the whole like student of life type of thing. Like maybe there have just been many different modalities that you have looked into over however many years, months, whatever. And it's, you know, it's taking information from each one of those things and how that works for you. But there is this sense here of, I keep like getting this feeling of like your crown opening up, and really it feels more like bursting open. Even, I mean, look how happy they are. This does really feel very personal too. Like there's not another single person in this in any of the cards here too, right? So again, you know, like really even understanding yourself differently, having a different perspective of yourself. It could be like releasing certain aspects of yourself that were preventing you from ascending, preventing you from some sort of growth in your life. It could even be preventing you from being happy. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups here. And then the Seven of Wands. So that's kind of interesting. We have two Knights and we have two Sevens. I do think that's interesting. The King of Wands behind. The Seven of Pentacles is focusing your time, your attention, your energy on a thing in order to see it grow. This could be your job. It could be like your own personal growth in some aspect of your life. It could be your physical health, your bank account, right? Like all of those things. But this is the kicker, right? Like you have to, in order to see this thing actualize, you do have to commit to it. You do have to pour your resources into it. You do have to put your energy into it. You do have to show up for it, right? So it's interesting because both of these cards, these two Pentacles cards, talk about commitment and determination. Also too, like with the feeling that I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like there cannot be any doubt either. It's not even like blind trust, because I was just thinking in my head, blind trust. And then it was like, no, it's not blind. It's just confident. And that could even be what is happening in this Hierophant card. Because again, right, everything, every experience that you've had, everything that you've learned, everything that you've read, every interaction that you've had, every relationship that you've had, every job that you've had, right? Like everything has taught you something. And somehow all of that is coming together and you're going to get something. Like it's like crystal clear. Something about yourself is just going to make more sense. And it's like you're going to trust that you have this capacity here for growth. You know that if you focus your attention, your time, your energy, whatever it is, right? Like if you put your mind to it, I know like as like cliche as that is, like if you put your mind to it, you can do it. But this is in the physical plane. So either there has already been something that you have been putting your attention on and you have been focusing on, you're like, holy shit, look what's come out of this. And all I've really done is been consistent, disciplined, right? And then with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the whole tarot. Anytime the Knight of Pentacles shows up, I always get this feeling of like not allowing the pace of something to determine the success of the thing. Because I think, you know, a lot of us, it's, you know, if we try something and it doesn't automatically give us results, because I'm like, what do you mean? I've been eating more fruits for like the last 2 weeks and I haven't lost 50 pounds. Like, what the fuck, right? Like, just as, you know, just as an example. Or I've been, you know, posting consistently on whatever social media for, a certain period of time and I don't have anything viral yet. I'm not, seeing the growth in my follow count or, whatever, right? It's like not allowing that to determine the success or failure of a thing. As an example, right? Because again, with the Knight of Pentacles, there is a commitment aspect to it. There's a determination aspect to it. It really is trusting the process, putting one foot in front of the other. Also, even too, like going at your own pace. This person isn't even on the horse, right? Like they're just kind of strolling through this field. Not to mention all these pentacles that were underground that you were working on in the Seven of Pentacles are now above ground. So discipline, determination, have a commitment to the thing, and you will see the fruits of your labor pay off. Even if it's not, like in a time frame that you would prefer. Even, three of these cards are pentacles. Three of these cards have to do with the physical plane, right? And it takes time to manifest shit into the real world, right? That's what these cards are doing. It's like focusing your energy, focusing your attention, not stopping. And two, just going back to the Hierophant really quick, it could be you sharing what you know. Because again, right, there's something that is clicking for you. It could be your voice. It could be, again, just how your audience. It could be what you want to do, how you want to share, whatever it is. Right? And it could be allowing yourself to like put yourself out there. These would be talking about consistency. And we have the Knight of Cups. I have such a crush on this Knight of Cups. He's so cute to me. Very much my type. The Knight of Cups is going to follow his heart. There's usually like a little, like a sprinkle of Delulu with the Knight of Cups, which I think we all need a sprinkle or even a little more, a dollop of Delulu. I mean, this is a knight in shining armor energy here. So there could be an offer coming into you. There could be some sort of communication coming into you. It does not have to be a relationship. It certainly can be. There's this letter down here. So again, some sort of communication. It could also just be like reaching the right people, meeting the right people. This almost kind of feels like guardian angel vibes to me all of a sudden. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there's these little white lines coming out from behind him. And it could just be like emphasizing this figure, but they have, the wings on their shoes, which to me feels very like Mercury. Who's that god that has the wing on his shoes? Is it even a god? Hermes. Winged sandals. Traveler. Let's see. He's a patron god of travelers, merchants, and thieves, and was also known as a herald of the blah, blah, blah. Messenger. Boundaries, a messenger. Okay, so clearly messenger. Again though, right? I mean, a few things. It could be an offer. It could be making the right connections. I mean, there could be something having to do with the internet, sending out a newsletter, sending out emails or letters, receiving letters, right? Like the Hierophant, putting your energy into something in order to see it grow. The Knight of Pentacles, your dedication, your commitment is going to actualize these pentacles. It's going to, these pentacles are going to come above ground so that you can harvest them. There's going to be this offer, making right connections, some sort of, communication here. And it would be very like heart driven. The Seven of Wands, even too, like standing your ground, defending your actions. We can see that they're kind of in this little bubble here, like not allowing these wands down here, these 7 wands, to deter you from what you're doing. These can be distractions. These could be, life stuff. It could be other people's projections, other people's opinions. This person is just like literally in their own bubble and they're just like, no. Even this one that seems to be penetrating it a little bit here, they're still not moved. The King of Wands. I think, is that Sagittarius? Speaking of, Aries? I thought it was. Okay, clearly it depends on who you ask. Like, the King of Wands is associated with fixed fire sign Leo. Somebody else says Sagittarius. Somebody else says Aries. Clearly it's fire either way. I mean, in this card though, there is this lion. Lions are generally associated with Leo. But to me, it's strength, right? Like, it's literally having, and even like I was saying with the Knight of Cups, how like it was kind of giving guardian angel vibes. It's almost like this lion is like, there's no turning back. Because what are you going to like walk back towards a lion? Good luck with that. No, you have to keep moving forward. So there's no turning back. And even like in this Knight of Wands, there's these like white circles going around here. And it reminds me of like the planetary orbits. Like when you're looking at a picture of our solar system, and there's usually like a line that depicts the orbit of each planet. That's how that feels. And next year is a big year because the majority of outer planets are switching signs. Saturn is switching signs. The nodes are switching signs in January. Uranus is going into your sign. When is that? March or something? Neptune is changing signs. We already had Pluto change signs. So, and those are planets that stay in signs for, 3, 7, 9, 19 years. So it's like the beginning of new stuff. Even, again, with the 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, like this is going to be cooking for a while, right? So it's nothing that you necessarily have to like rush through, but just work towards. I love this. Okay, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.